But so then I started scrolling all the way down, and I started looking at posts from way before the show was on.
And she was.
And it totally matches. I'm like, oh my God.
Poor girl.
This is her.
I wonder what is her real name? What is her real name?
Am I going to dox her?
What's Doxer? What's a doxer? Who's dox? Is it a person? It's a verb?
I said I'm not going to dox her.
Dox her. What is dox her? Don't make fun of me.
What's a doxer?
What's a doxer?
To dox somebody.
Yes. So it's a verb.
Is to.
I'm sorry. Get a little bit of. You got
Excuse
a
me.
little. Oh, no, not DP. Just pee. So satisfying. So sick of being tired. I am Post Malone. I'm always fucking
You are.
tired.
I am too.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I just want to feel like chock full of energy.
Have you ever felt chock full of energy?
Yeah.
When? Oh, on drugs?
Oh, definitely on drugs. No, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, 20s, college.
You felt like you had energy then?
Maybe I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not, pressing you because I don't think it's true.
I don't know. You're just thinking maybe I've always been tired?
I mean, I think I've always been tired. I don't remember when I wasn't tired because, yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe in middle school?
Middle school you had energy? You were 13?
Maybe. Yeah,
back in the days when I was 12.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, because even in like Syracuse, by the time I was a junior at Syracuse, I was waking up at ungodly hours to do radio.
Yeah.
So like I was tired then.
Wouldn't it be so cool if we had crossed paths and didn't know it when we were in Syracuse, but we couldn't have.
Yeah, we could have because you wouldn't have given me the time of day.
No, that's not true. I was only in Syracuse until I was 14, but in college I would go back to Syracuse to like see my friends.
You're significantly older than me.
I am not.
Okay, I don't know.
When did you graduate?
Syracuse?
Yes.
2006.
Okay, I'm 2 years older than you.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Are we on satisfying? Are we satisfying?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know we started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But so, and then.
We were acting like I'm such a biatch. Like, I've been friends with you since I started at Sirius and we started talking. Like, I never didn't give you the time of day. What does that even mean?
You gave everyone the time of day at Sirius.
No, but that's because I'm a nice person.
Right.
But like, I genuinely became friends with you. We were at each other's weddings.
Yeah,
we're
we were.
still friends.
Yeah, we were.
We've done multiple shows together.
And chodes.
We've done a few shows together.
Yeah, why not?
No, but for real. Why are you saying I would not? Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
Don't do me like that.
Don't do me like that. Great song.
It's not a negative about you. It's more self-deprecating about me.
Okay. All right.
That's every time I've said it. It's self-deprecating about me, not negative.
Well, I mean, I think you're fabulous and always have.
I appreciate that. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here to satisfy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I think right out of college, I was doing like morning radio. So I don't know. Because, I mean, maybe there was a day that I wasn't tired, but for a sustained period of time.
Yeah, like when people say to me, like, oh, God, you must be used to waking up. Like, oh, God, it's early. And I'm like, no, every time the alarm rings, I have a mini tantrum.
Right.
And I'm like, why? And then I get up and I do it. But
If anything, it gets worse as you get older.
it hurts.
It hurts more.
Hurts more.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt if I'm hungover because I'm just like, I'm on fumes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I actually feel like I'm more entertaining. Like, I think I'm funnier sometimes because I'm just like in La La Land.
Right. Like you don't have any
filter.
Yeah. Whatever small filters would be there.
Correct.
Are gone. Yeah, I've had those shows where it's like I feel like I'm better when I'm total like I'm dead.
You
like
have
not
not
just
slept.
tired, like white.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You're
doing
just
like
like,
a whatever. WWE weekend and radio show at the same time and doing the show from the hotel and on the West Coast.
Yeah,
so like
it's crazy.
You know, going to bed at 2:00 and then the show's live at 5:00 and
it's kind of fun and exciting.
It's fun and exciting.
But it takes a toll on the old body.
It does. It does. Yeah. And I think, in your 20s, that's a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
just
what I
to
mean?
do that. Like I remember
You're still tired, but it's not like
yeah, you just get up and you just like you rally.
You rally. Now it's like
very hard to rally.
Right, and you go, oh my God, it's been days and I'm still not recovered.
Yeah. Yeah, like I used to be able to rally hard even with like partying, and now my body's just like, oh, F you. No.
Right.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I partied last weekend. Can't do it again.
Please. No, thank you. Yeah.
And you're like, no, we got to do it.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Like there's like this internal clock that's like, it's Friday, let's go.
Right.
Even sometimes on Thursday. But
Thursday.
But like on Friday, I'm like, let's just order in.
Yeah.
I mean, I still get after it. You know that. But like, it's just way fewer far between.
No, yeah. I mean, look, I've been a homebody for as long as I can possibly remember.
It works for you.
It works wonders for me. I love it. But I don't go to sleep is the thing. They say that, have we talked about this? The like there's like I forget what the official name is, but there's like a psychological thing where you don't go to bed when you should go to bed because you're trying to control what you can control.
Is this about if you're a homebody?
Homebody or not. Like it's not a matter of, oh, I'm out and I'm doing stuff. It's a matter of, no, I could go to bed right now, but I'm not going to.
That is not, it's not a philosophy that I subscribe to. I am a narc. Like, I am known by my friends, my family, that I literally could be talking to you right now and just close my eyes and go to sleep.
Then you're done.
I'm done.
That's
like,
right. That's a great thing.
Yes. Sometimes.
I think it's good.
Sometimes Matt's like, can you hang out with me? Like, can we watch more disturbing baby reindeer? Let's do it. And I'm like, I can't keep my eyes open for this garbage.
No.
That's ruining my life. It's ruining my life, the show. I'm only on episode 5 and I can't do it.
Why is it ruining your life?
It's exhausting. It's upsetting.
It's upsetting.
It
weighs heavy.
It doesn't just weigh heavy. It's like I'm white knuckling through it.
Well, you know what? You can't watch. You got to stop watching bad television. You know what I mean? This coming from the guy who loves professional wrestling.
Right.
You got to stop watching. No, but because
like
there's
housewife shit?
Like fluffy stuff.
Okay.
Like non-dramatic fluffy stuff that makes you feel good.
But that makes me
I get it.
Feel fluffy.
But guess what happens? When something heavy comes on.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't take this. I'm used to the fluff.
Yeah, like Matt was like, I would like during episode 4, which everybody's talking about. That's like where it really takes a big turn. And it's just like, I was like, I did not see that coming. Matt says I was like writhing over on the couch like I had experienced this. But like, it's more just like, I think I am a little bit of an empath and I take on that, like, you know, that
sense.
pain.
And like on these shows, you do, especially if it's told from a perspective.
Yeah.
When they show you something traumatic happening to that character in episode 4, we spent the last 3 episodes like going on the journey with them.
Yeah.
Right? So like in Baby Reindeer, you're seeing this stalker through their eyes. So then when something bad happens to them, you're still through their eyes. And it's like...
Yeah. Like I wanted it to be like, oh, that's crazy and creepy and like nuts because of this kooky Martha. I didn't want it to be so much like sadness about this human who is just a hot mess.
Right. The guy. Yeah. Because it's real.
Tony is a mess.
It's too real. And it also is like, then you have to confront your own problems, right? Because if you can just watch the fun crazy, then you can live the fun crazy in your life and everybody has made this deal.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Except then when it's like, here, let's dive deep into the trauma that caused all this. You're like,
yeah, no,
I'm not ready. No, we're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, I often talk to you about therapy. You're often, I mean, clearly
I take on the role.
You could moonlight as a therapist because you're often say the same things to me. You're giving me the same advice as my therapist. But she said the other day, you want to like maybe start doing 2 appointments a week? Maybe we need a few more sessions. And I was like, what are you trying to say? I'm effed in the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you mean because you like me?
Oh, because you want to hang out with me?
You want to see me?
You think I'm fabulous? No,
Let's do 3 sessions.
That's what, like, it feels like. I'm just like, I feel like he's watching lay in bed and he's writhing in pain. Like, it's just, why do I want to watch? This is not bringing me joy.
So how do you feel when like, and I'm sure I'm not alone, I'm not so wacky, but like when I tell you that like, I told you, I went through this whole, the whole Baby Reindeer I went through in 2 days.
Everybody is DMing me. Oh my God, I watched it in half a second. I'm like, I need a break each episode.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. It's like, that's like episodes, but I like that. Like Black Mirror, I hate the episodes that are happy endings. And some people, like there are some people who are like San Junipero is the best episode of the whole show. Which is
always need a happy ending.
But like, I like the when it just, the darker, the better on that show.
I know you do, but I just need some semblance of closure. It doesn't have to be happy. I need it to be something that's like, okay, end scene, end, the end.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's left up to like me, my imagination, and I don't want to do that. I don't like, like.
We should watch Midsummer. Have you ever seen Midsummer?
No.
It's my favorite movie.
Who's in it?
Florence Pugh.
Oh, it's Pugh.
Oh, sorry.
It's not Pugh.
Pugh.
I think she's super hot.
She's the greatest.
Right?
She's goated.
Love showing
goated
those nips.
in my book.
Yes.
Love showing nips. Did you see her in Oppenheimer?
I didn't watch Oppenheimer yet. Don't get mad at me.
Why? Too much?
too much. It's like a long movie.
Right.
The atom bomb. I'm just
History.
Is there any good like doing it scenes?
Yes.
Okay, I've watched
With
that.
Florence Pugh. Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, that's why I thought when you brought up her nipples, I was like, oh, you must have just seen Oppenheimer.
Her nipples are out on the red carpet. They're always out.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
just who she is.
She's proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, she
And
can be.
good for her.
They look great.
They look fantastic.
Yeah, she's badass.
But Midsummer was one of her big kind of breakout starring roles.
And you want me to watch it with you so you can watch me writhe in discomfort?
I do.
Okay, let's do it.
I do. It's an Ari Aster film.
Okay.
Ari Aster did Hereditary before he did Midsummer, and then most recently, Beau is Afraid,
I feel
starring
very
Joaquin Phoenix.
You mean Jock Quinn?
That's right, Stanley.
That's how Stanley T of the Morning Mashup has said it, and we'll never let him live it down. And he really fought us. It says right here, Ja Quinn.
Yeah, I don't understand. Do you not speak the language?
He goes to me.
Yeah.
It's called English. Oh, I love him.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going slowly through Baby Reindeer.
But not. I wish I could go faster. Like there was one episode we thought we were on to the next one, and we were like, oh no, we still have like 10 minutes of the last one because it's just
so much.
just a lot.
There are definitely moments in that show where you go, okay, this is the end of the episode, and you're like, how can this part of the story not be done?
Yeah, she's got horrible grammar too. That Martha. She's really.
Well, she's got. You'd think her iPhone would self-correct.
Also, did you see
Except from iPhone.
without the E? Did you see? Did we talk about this last week? But she has posted on Facebook or has been posting furiously.
Yeah.
And she is contradicting herself.
So it's really interesting because the star of Baby Reindeer is also the guy who the show's about.
Right.
So he did it like he was a stand-up, and then he ended up doing this one-man show called Baby Reindeer about his experience with Martha or the woman he calls Martha.
I would want to keep that a secret.
And the star, you would not share that?
Not publicize it.
You and I think we'll talk about it here. I think there's literally the stuff that you were sharing last week.
I would want to keep it a secret. You would pry it out of me.
Right. And it would probably take 30 seconds?
Half a second even.
Yeah. What are you so stressed about? So he turned it into this one-man show, and then I was watching an interview with him. He said Netflix was like, hey, have you ever thought about making this a series? He's like, I've thought many times about making this a series.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. So he turned it into a series, and I guess he had said that he had changed enough, be it names, events, where the integrity maintains. But he said that he wasn't worried about her getting exposed.
Well, she exposed herself, didn't she?
Yeah, well, I thought she was no longer with us.
Oh, you thought she died?
I thought so, because the way he was like, I'm really not concerned.
I would love to see the casting videos of all the people that were auditioning to be her.
And I'm reading for Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Just ordering Diet Cokes and laughing.
Yeah. And the laugh is key.
It
has to be the right
key.
laugh.
It does.
And I mean, going back to you saying, does he really want to share this story?
Yeah.
Do you think he was in on the casting?
I would hope so that he got because if he's going to be starring in it, he'd want that similar vibe.
But if this happened to you, would you want to hear
No, that's
all those women doing the laugh, going like, that's not it, that's not it,
No.
that's it.
But I mean, if this means it's going to make him rich and finally successful, perhaps.
And that makes me feel like some of the stuff about him on the show where he's clearly damaged himself.
Right.
The fact that he's letting this become his identity now makes me go oh, you aren't better either.
Right. You're a mess.
You're also still very much a mess.
And guilty.
And guilty.
Very guilty.
Very guilty.
Yeah. It's like some of the things that he experiences. Let's say perhaps in episode 4, if that really happened, which I'm assuming it did.
Well, I mean, he says it did.
Okay, then do you want to
Right.
it's not an actor playing you. You have to re-experience that. Granted, it is your.
But it's essential to telling the story because it explains why he's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't get the piece of shit vibes. That's not. And you said that since you told me about this before I watched. I get oh, why are you doing that? Why are you making that decision? But I'm not angry with him.
He's using this damaged person to feed his ego.
But he's not using her. He's confused. He's not well. He doesn't look at himself in a great light.
Why?
And so he's constantly searching, and she's just on that path. She's part of his.
No, but he seeks her out. He likes it.
Yes.
And he likes it as long as it's because he does the stuff that you do. That's why you don't see it as being a piece of shit, because he doesn't want step 4 to happen.
Right.
but he's okay going to step 3.5.
Probably. Maybe we're just.
And you're like, well, he didn't do step 4,
Right.
so what's the problem?
We're very similar
And
beings.
you're like, he took 1 step off step 3.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen
I
next?
kind of just like want him to come into SiriusXM and I just like want to give him a hug.
You do.
I do.
You do.
Be like, I'm just like so sorry.
And they go like, ha!
Whatever that laugh is.
Jaw structure like that should be illegal.
Oh, tax, a man tax.
Man tax.
Man tax, she called it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you do as a person have to be like,
Yeah.
I need to distance myself from this.
I get it.
Even though it's a little ego boost that I need.
But we're all a product of like our history, our past, our
what I'm saying,
childhood. So
which
it's not
is-
his fault that he's
But that's why it's essential that he has
Okay,
to go
right.
back to episode 4 and go
Okay.
like, this is why.
right. Right.
You know what I mean?
I ended up here.
Because then it just gets really interesting to me. Because then when you think about like, oh, this is why he's the way he is.
Right.
So there's a why for Martha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it goes back into the why, and it just becomes this.
She just like left somewhere.
I don't know.
fend for herself.
I wouldn't be shocked about
Right,
that.
because
Yeah.
it's definitely got a lot of
like a fire, like a firehouse basket baby
maybe,
scenario.
right? Like
Yeah.
she was left, she
Right.
was neglected,
Right. It doesn't seem like she's had a lot of good social role models.
or love,
Or
perhaps
love.
maybe
Love.
a hug or two. I'll
Could
hug
have
you.
helped.
And I really want to see this actress. Like I feel like on the red
She's-
carpet, she's probably like,
Have you seen interviews and stuff? with
no,
her?
I need to.
So she doesn't sound like that
At all.
She's got a British accent. That's a
Okay.
Scottish accent.
Yes.
So she's British, I think. She's got like a British accent, and she's like a lovely person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And seems like a really good actress.
She might be screwed. Her career might be over though, because everyone's gonna. It's hard. Like she might get typecasted.
She'd
as a
have to be
crazy
the
person.
British Kathy Bates for a while.
Right.
But Kathy Bates ended up with that great run on The Office.
She did.
Remember?
Among other things.
Yeah, she got naked in the hot tub in About Schmidt.
No, wait. Was she in the Handmaid's Tale? Oh, that was that other
Yeah,
girl.
I'm gonna sit around watching Handmaid's Tale.
That's I started it, but that's a show
People
that people
love
love
it.
it.
People
I mean,
love it.
yeah,
People love
it's
it.
good television.
Yeah. So then he's like so sure that this isn't gonna get out.
Positive.
And then all of a sudden, the internets, and they start researching, and they're like, this is not that tough because some of the tweets are verbatim. Like some of the tweets on the show are verbatim. And so people just start searching on Twitter with the quotes, and it's
not
like,
hard.
you see this Twitter account that's talking about, hey, come over and hang my curtains. And they're like,
Right.
who would say that?
No, just Martha.
Just Martha.
And she also, the girl who is the real girl, when you do see like her long, she goes on Facebook and her, I don't even go on Facebook anymore, obviously, but what is it called? Like what
Status?
you're doing? Is it your status?
Status.
I don't know, whatever you write to say like what you're doing.
Your status
I guess your
update.
status. It's I literally haven't gone, it feels like in years.
It is so funny because when Twitter first came out, people were like, what is this, just status updates? Who cares?
yeah, basically.
And now
Yes,
it's like,
it's the thing.
who would ever?
She goes on these long rants about how it couldn't be her and she doesn't even know this guy, but she, met him doesn't even know him, but met him at this bar she used to frequent at, that he used to work at. She just keeps contradicting herself and being like, this is not me. They use a fat, ugly chick to play me. Meanwhile, she's not terribly small or attractive.
It's also like the way she talks is very much like when OJ did the If I Did It interview.
This is how I would have done it.
This is how I would have done it. Well, what I did was, and they're like,
Yes.
you mean what you would have done? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Same thing.
Whatever. Ooh. Like,
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So then people did like the back tracing with the Twitter name and everything, found her on Facebook. And like when I saw it, because I saw it after the internet did what the internet does.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this seems too much like Martha. I'll bet it's a fake account that somebody set up because, all this was happening. People found out her name. They were searching her name. But so then I started scrolling all the way down and I started looking at posts from way before the show was on.
And she was.
And it totally matches. I'm like, oh my God,
poor girl.
this is her.
I wonder
I
what's
wanna
her
get
real
her-
name?
I
What
wanna-
is her real name?
Am I going to dox her?
What's Doxer? What's a doxer? Who's dox? Is it a person? It's a verb?
I said,
An
I'm
adjective.
not going to dox her.
Dox her. What is dox her? Don't make fun of me. What
What's
does it
a
mean?
doxer?
What's a doxer?
To dox somebody
Yes. So it's a verb.
is to...
I'm sorry. Get a little bit. You got
Excuse
a little,
me.
little. No, not DP. Just P.
little RP, regular Pepsi.
I prefer the DP.
I've heard.
No, you like the DP sometimes when we go to get lunch together.
As long as you are.
Yeah.
As long as you're there, I'm there.
Yes, you're good.
So,
what it means to dox somebody.
to dox somebody.
Is it one word or dox?
D-O-X.
Her. D-O-X and the new word her.
Her is not a new word. It's a pronoun
Whatever.
for a woman. Her. Like if I were to describe you, I'd be like, that's her.
Can you dox them or they?
Yeah, you can dox whoever you want.
Anybody. Okay.
To dox someone is to expose their personal information.
Why didn't you just say expose?
Because
never even heard the word dox. But you
yeah,
learn something new every day right here.
It's been around. No. You. This isn't good for
I guarantee I'm not the only one. I don't care. I'm guaranteeing I'm not the only one who didn't know the word dox. But it's fine. We can move on. Agree to disagree.
You feel uncomfortable?
Terribly.
Yeah. But so it seems like it's probably her.
The name. You're not going to dox her.
I'm not going. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to dox her. Meaning, if I give her name,
then you expose her. Oh, so
I would be exposing her. People can look her up. I will be a contributor to the problem.
Right. And it has become a problem.
Yeah. I mean, and it's so funny because the whole point of the show is to have empathy for even people who are ruining your life.
Right.
Like an understanding that, mental illness is a real thing and it comes from. Of course. But the minute she gets doxxed, people are fucking with her.
Yeah.
Who just watched the whole show.
But also she sort of did it to herself because I feel like she's coming.
But how could she do it to herself if what we learned from the show is that people act in a certain way because of of trauma, experiences that happen to them? It's like you watch the show and you get it. But then when you're presented with the real life of it,
I'm going to do my research after we're
done.
One
completely forgets. Not you. This isn't pointed to you.
I'm a doxer. Oh, 100%.
What's a doxer?
What is a doxer?
Dox her.
Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Anyways, the whole thing is ruining my life. That's the moral of the story.
Is it just because like the uncomfortable thing stays with you?
Yeah, and then I can't sleep, and then I feel bad for all involved. Like I just wish it was fake.
Yeah, and then you realize it's real.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help too that the actor is the guy that this happened to, so you're like now extra empathetic.
Yeah, I'm mentally unstable. I've got enough of that. Like I just can let myself fall into like not that like stalking or,
You think about stalking someone?
No, I'm just saying I just could find myself falling into like questioning myself and who I am and what I want and what I'm doing with my life. Like there's a good amount of undertone of that. Like,
right, and you don't like that.
I don't. No.
No, because we spent a long time not answering those questions.
Correct.
Right, and it's like every day you don't answer those questions, they get bigger.
Right. Sometimes I start to broach them with you. Now I got 2 sessions a week with the therapist. It's all now trying to finish this show. It's all becoming too much. Sam.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. I mean, I hope this is helpful.
Yes.
I do. I was thinking as I was looking at some of the comments on some of the clips we've been posting about some of your questionable decisions.
Yeah.
That I was like, it's very admirable.
Yeah.
For you to put yourself in that position and tell your truth.
Love me or leave me.
But you live that. A lot of
do.
people say that. Most people don't live it the way you live it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Thank you.
It's a very good thing.
I'm just gonna.
Have you traumatized your kids this week at all?
No.
Last couple weeks you had.
Yeah, everyone seems good.
Okay.
Matt told me that Keegan's been asking for me more, so I feel like we are back on track. He loves me.
So you think it worked? So in your mind, you're like, oh, it worked.
No, not that it worked, but just like. Well, maybe it worked. Like it's just like he's like as an appreciation for me now.
Because you could go at any time.
I might pack my bag and leave.
Could happen.
Got the suitcase ready to go.
Or maybe we'll have no money. Yeah, that's a real possibility.
No money. I forgot about that. Yeah, there's been a good amount.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like we're copacetic right now. I'm sure something will happen soon.
That's good that you're copacetic.
Yeah, for a moment.
We talked about it a little bit on Nordy and Rob's.
Yeah.
But we did. I did get to hang out with the Mr. Biggins.
Yeah. And was he even invited?
I think
Jim invited him, right?
I think Travis did. He called the show.
I know.
To invite himself.
No, he didn't call to invite himself. He called, and I heard, and we could go back to the archives, and I could be wrong, but I heard that Jim was like, "Yeah, you should come have wings with us." No.
But then why'd he call?
Also, why are you going to the place to have wings when he's not playing, when Jim's not playing and you're not, was there other comics up there? Did you go see comedy?
No.
You just literally sat around and ate wings together.
Well, there's a restaurant above the Comedy Cellar.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought that was just for people who went to the cellar to see comedy.
I mean, I guess most people probably go downstairs and see comedy. That's probably true, but I mean,
but you're not everybody else.
I've seen it.
Yes.
I've seen comedy.
You've seen some comedy?
Yeah.
All right, so was it a good experience? Because it wasn't a good experience for me.
But why would your husband call the show?
Because he likes listening to you. He's a fan.
He's
likes
never
the
called
show.
before.
I don't know. I don't know what was being talked about when he called. The wings?
The wings. So his story is that he just called the show because he's just a caller.
No, he called because to like mess around and just like have a laugh. I don't think he called.
And then he just got invited.
I don't think he actually thought he was going to get invited. He invited himself?
100%.
Oh, he
That's
did?
my recollection. We might have to go back.
To the tape.
Yeah, because he's literally never called before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think he invited himself, and then I think Travis was like,
yeah,
you should definitely come for real.
But because it'll be funny. Not because you love him.
Travis loves him.
You don't love him.
Of course I love him.
Does Jim love him?
I would break his heart for me to even joke about not loving him.
I mean, I feel
Jim does like him.
Yeah, oddly. Because I think
I mean, I get it. You know, your husband's kind of a pervert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of. He's a total pervert.
Right. And Jim likes that energy.
Yeah, but then I just don't think it was necessary to pull me into it. Right? Like you didn't have to I feel like you guys took advantage of me.
How so?
Because you know how contentious, is that a word?
It is a word.
Contentious.
Okay.
Not contentious.
Contentious is
contentious.
The word. Yeah.
Our relationship can be, and when one of us goes out or when we both go out, I just was like, go have fun.
Yeah.
And often he will not ghost, but just forget to answer my text and say he'll be home at a certain time and then not come home at that time.
You don't like that.
I don't like that. So just even be like, yeah, having a great time. Like, see you at this time, or I don't know when I'm coming home. Nothing. I was getting ghosted. So I thought that there was no service. Maybe you were actually in the cellar, down
in the basement.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So so you're texting him. You're not getting a response.
So I wrote to Travis's wife and said, "Hey, have you heard from him?" Just to see if he was being a dick and ignoring me.
Right.
She said, "I've heard from him." And Travis wrote me.
Right. And then she texted Travis, and she said, Travis goes like,
yeah, are you not writing to your wife? Or are you not responding to your wife?
My wife says that your wife isn't responding, and starts laughing at him and stuff. And Matt's like, Matt's having a good time trying to be cool in front of the guys and stuff, all good. And then he goes, oh, I think he honestly didn't see it. He was like, oh, I don't even know if she texted. He was just ignoring his phone in general.
Right.
And then he goes, oh, I guess she did text. Whatever. And he puts the phone down. Right. And then,
but he does that all the time.
Right.
And I don't like that. So now he's with people that know me, know him, and know our relationship. And you took advantage and you played a joke and it wasn't funny.
Right. And then I believe after that is when I texted you and said, Matt's drunk. Because I was hoping that you would think he was in a blackout. And that's why he wasn't texting you.
Of course I thought that.
Right. Which he had a couple cocktails. That's all.
Totally.
He was totally fine.
Good, but we can all be very annoying if we drink enough.
That's right. And I will admit that I know him and how I know him and I know you. Mm-hmm. And I know how you would be worried about him acting.
So you were like, yeah, Nicole, he's close talking Jim drunkenly. And my head was spinning. I was like, oh God, please.
Yeah, I believe.
Oh God, no.
Let me read the actual text because it was really a great.
Yeah, because I was having I'm home alone with the kids. Fine. It's a Friday night.
I wrote, OMG, your husband is very intoxicated.
And I was
which was not accurate.
Yeah. I'm sure he was a little intoxicated.
He was, whatever.
Yeah.
You wrote, oh no, FML.
Because I was playing it out in my head. What was happening?
I wrote, he won't leave Jim alone. He's close talking him to death.
Oh, I can feel it happening now.
I knew that one would make it real.
So you took advantage of me.
I did. For funds.
And then for funsies. Yeah.
And then when he wouldn't, and then Travis said, your wife keeps texting my wife, and your husband wrote the C word to you in response to your text.
After he didn't write anything back to me. Right. I just wrote, Matt, because I know the state he can be, and I said, you go to the bathroom, you call me right now. I'm not joking around. You freaking call me right now. That's right. You were texting saying, call me right now. Furiously, call me right now. And he was showing us all the texts and laughing.
at your expense. And that's when he chose to write the C word to you.
Yes. And then I was like, I wrote, excuse me.
Right. I saw that one.
Then when he finally got back.
Because he showed that one off
he goes, oh, that was Sam.
Which
I figured, they're all playing a joke.
But then you called. Oh. And that's when, I think that's when he knew he might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like I might have gone too far.
Not funny.
When you called and he was like, it's a joke. He said, it's a joke. It's a joke. But there was also a lot of noise going on. When somebody is too drunk, they would say it's a joke. And he went, Sam, she wants to talk to you. And I just tapped the hang up button with my thumb.
Yes. And then I was like, great. He hung up on me. And now I hate her. So then I wrote something to Travis. And I'm like, then I look like a crazy person. So then I feel like I know I make myself look like a crazy person, but you brought it out in me. And then I'm writing to Travis. I'm like, please tell me this is a joke and that he's not doing this. And he goes, I'll tell you what you want to hear. Your husband's not drunk or close talking, Jim. And I was like, oh God, it's happening. It's not a joke.
See, Travis is like, as bad as I am about starting that stuff, Travis will never admit, like Travis is the last person who will tell you it's okay, it's just a joke.
Yeah, he's
the last one.
He was holding on to the story. He was just holding on to the bluff.
Like eventually I think I told you it was a joke.
You said I knew I was too believable. I think you wrote something like that. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, because you knew that I was going through inner turmoil.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
Matt, can she go, I need you to tell me it was a joke or I'm going to have an anxiety attack.
Yes.
And
you know I will.
And I know you will. So I said, maybe we exaggerated.
I hate you.
I said, he was talking close maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And you wrote, I hate you all. Matt cannot be trusted not to be an animal. I want to die right now.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, I knew it was too believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he can't. Because that is very believable. He would do something like that.
Yeah.
And then you made me look like the crazy person.
You weren't crazy. You were being gaslit.
Yes, I was.
You were being gaslit.
That is the definition of gaslighting.
Yeah, you were gaslit that evening.
Yeah. Whatever. I survived. And then I woke up this next morning and he looked over at me and I was like, you so glad that you went to see those guys? Like thinking he was gonna wake up and be like, oh no, I did this. He was like, we had a fun time. Shut up.
Yeah, it was just like
a chill, like whatever.
Just a chill.
Yeah.
We were just hanging out, busting on hot dog. And,
yeah. Hot dog likes to have a couple, huh?
Yeah, well, hot dog thinks he's still like in his 20s, like a college kid.
How old is he? I thought he was.
No, he's in his mid 30s.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's not. Not
like an old man.
No, but he's not a child.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But,
okay. But overall, it was a nice time.
It was a nice time, and that was a little cherry on top.
Yeah. So I mean, like I had
we could drive you a little bit crazy.
A great Friday night. I wouldn't have had an amazing Friday night because I was like home, but like it was like a nice, enjoyable, just like chill little night, and you turned it into that.
Yeah. It is interesting that you do go from 0 to 100.
It's not interesting.
You don't think that's interesting?
No, because I think that I've been gaslit my whole relationship with him into being like that.
Okay, well, that's not my fault.
No, I didn't say it's your fault. I feel like I've had enough experiences with him and I know him well enough and have been married to him and sleeping with him for long enough to know that he cannot be trusted and he will do things that threaten the state of our marriage daily.
Daily. On the daily.
Easily daily.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, if I were him in that scenario, I would probably pick and choose my pranks.
Wouldn't you?
Based on how real they can get. Like, I can prank because, of course not. I would never do this.
Right.
But if you're like, I would absolutely do this. I just happen to not be doing it tonight.
Yeah, also, is it really a prank if it's like that believable?
I guess not.
Right?
No, I guess not. Especially if that evening was the exception.
Yes.
No.
Right. Like he's normally like not like that. And you're like, oh, I don't know what happened. Someone might have slipped something in his drink. That's like,
a prank.
Yeah. What you guys did is not a prank. It's just mean. Okay.
Right. Because you've had to deal with it. We don't know your trauma.
Oh, you know.
We don't know your
You've
trauma.
known me for you know me long before I was married to that mother.
You're mad at him.
I am going home and I am starting a fight. I am so angry right now.
You are.
Well, I just feel like I still don't fully know the story, and I feel like I just am angry with him right now. I'm mad at all the things that he's ever done to me.
I get that.
All the times he's messed up, I'm pissed right now.
I would think about that if I were him. Like, maybe don't mess with her because she doesn't let anything go.
I don't.
So it's like...
Or let it go until it's brought up again.
Right. You hold... Like, it's locked in a safe deposit box.
Yeah.
But, like... this is not that big of a deal. However, it's enough to open the box.
Yeah.
And then I have to pay for everything again.
Correct. also, I feel like, was that even a fun night for you? Like, I know you love those boys, like you work with them, but like, I feel like you would rather be doing other things.
It's fine.
It was okay. It was decent.
It was decent.
The one picture that Matt sent me was of you on your phone looking quite uninterested in me.
I mean, there were certainly moments that it was not interesting.
Oh, the wings good?
They're great.
Really?
They're great. That was a real highlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I now have a little FOMO. I do love a good wing.
No, the wings were great. It's good seeing the fellas. I mean,
all right. You see them daily.
That's what I'm saying. I see them all the time.
You're
so
good.
like,
all right. Don't do that again. It's not funny.
I thought it was kind of
Did I
funny.
do something? You're looking at the screen.
No.
Did I move?
No.
Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Have confidence.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I am baby reindeer.
Have you, speaking of Netflix, did you watch the Brady roast?
Oh. Okay. First of all, I didn't know that it was Sunday night, right?
Sunday night.
Okay. I knew it was coming. I didn't know that I was getting into bed. I just like washed up and I saw and I was like,
You washed up?
Yeah. Like I washed my face. I brushed my teeth.
That's how you say it, though? I need to go wash up?
I don't know. What do you say?
I mean, washing up kind of
Washing
sounds...
up.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like...
Like I'm getting ready to do the sex?
Or like it's like the turn of the century.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to wash my face and brush my teeth. Getting ready for bed. I was getting ready for bed.
That makes more sense.
Okay, sorry, wash up.
I have to wash up. It sounds like you have like an outhouse or...
Yeah, it sounds nerdy and kind of like I'm from the
Old
country.
English.
Yeah, or yes.
And like you do it instead of showering. You
Or
like
I was thinking,
put water on a sponge
right.
on your armpits and genitals.
Right.
You know?
I don't do that. I actually wash them.
Right. That's not what you... That's not part of washing
That's
up.
not part of the washing
That's
up.
good.
I should already be clean. And if I'm not, I will take a shower.
That's good.
And then I'll wash up.
That's good.
Brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Anyways, and I come out and like I love Kevin Hart. I think everybody loves him. He's awesome.
He's so great.
And I know it's a roast, and I get it that Brady signed up for this. But in like the first 5 minutes, again, it was like baby reindeer. I'm white knuckling, and I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh, he's like, and I feel bad for Tom, who I should never feel bad for. Nobody should ever feel bad for that man. And I was like, he doesn't know what he got himself into.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of that.
I guess. I mean, yeah,
You loved it.
It was mean.
It
First
was
of all, it was long.
mean.
It was long.
Too long.
3 hours is a long time.
Enough of the Giselle jokes. It was like low hanging fruit.
That's what I thought. Like the first couple of everything was great. Like when Nikki Glazer bringing up Giselle, nuts. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, that was, and it was probably the best Giselle joke.
She's badass.
She was great. But when it got to like 3 hours long, a lot of the same stuff. I'm like, we could have done this in a hot hour 45.
You like almost feel like not a rehearsal. And they're comedians, so they're not going to share what they're doing.
Right.
But there needs to be some semblance of like, let's come together and make sure we're not doing the same thing or we're not.
But there's only so much to do. It's 3 hours long.
Why does it have to be 3 hours long?
That's what I think, hour 45. I think they wanted to get everybody on, though. Because they had a huge amount of top tier people.
Kim took a hard...
She took a beating.
A big...
Except it wasn't for the jokes. They booed her for getting on stage.
Yes, they booed her. And then also, what was the comedian that said that called her something about a whale, washed up whale?
Oh.
And sleeping with black dudes.
Whale
I don't know.
vagina.
A whale's vagina. Oh yeah, speaking of, Kim Kardashian's here. Again, I know it's like a joke, but I was like, oh.
You didn't like it.
I don't like it.
Because it would make you feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't ever want to be in Tom Brady's chair.
And like he doesn't.
Because at a point, I'd be like, no, I get it. Like we're all having a good time, but
It's not funny anymore.
stop talking about I lost my family.
Yeah, that's my family.
Like I'm real sad about that. I used to kiss those kids
and
on
like,
the mouth.
She didn't leave me for the jujitsu teacher.
I mean,
yeah, you could say that, but I think they were getting divorced or planning on getting divorced long before that. They were in a bad place, and then the jujitsu teacher.
well, it
was
got
there.
worse. It got a lot worse.
It got a lot worse, and then also,
and he kissed his sons on the mouth, and now they don't live. They're not there.
That's not true. They still see him. They have halvesies, 50-50 custody.
I don't know.
And I kiss my son on the mouth and my daughter on the mouth, and so does Matt. And
you
I'll never
hold it.
I'm not like putting my tongue in there, but
He holds it.
I'll kiss.
Tom Brady held it.
I'll hold it. How long?
Probably about 7 seconds. I don't know.
No, it was not 7 seconds.
I mean,
I know that the moment you're talking about that, everybody, but like, I don't like that. Like, I love my children. Like I said last week, I push them out of my crotch. I deserve to feel your love, and I love you, and there's nothing sexual about that. You're my baby, and you'll always be my baby, and I can give you a quick peck on the lips. There's nothing sexual about it.
All right.
You're my baby. Do you kiss your kids on the lips?
Not. I don't hold it.
Okay. I don't remember him holding it for that long. Wasn't he like getting stretched? Yes. Okay. I remember he was getting a massage or getting stretched out, which is also adds to the bizarreness.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
I was wondering if I could check my fantasy team.
He just wants to check his fantasy
Ooh, I
team.
get it.
Oh. The transactional nature is a little...
You know, Jack, everything comes at a cost.
It wasn't long.
Wait.
Like a peck.
He wanted more.
Who's your fantasy quarterback, Jack?
Not
Cam
his
Newton.
dad.
Cam Newton.
Come on, bro.
I don't remember that.
Come on.
But also,
First of all, the fact that it's transactional.
yeah, like you don't get this unless you give me a kiss.
Right. If you kiss me right on my mouth, then you could check your fantasy team, and you better make it a good one.
Do you know what I do too? Because I will say sometimes like, oh, come give me a kiss. And like Keegan will come, he'll kiss me on the cheek, and I'll be like, give me a kiss on the lips. And he'll come give me a kiss on the lips, like a 2-second one. But I'm not like, you can have chocolate if you kiss me on the lips and hold it long.
And he held it long.
He held it a little long.
Right. So
But
that's,
I still don't think it was sexual.
it's just weird.
It was a little weird.
It's weird.
Okay. Did they go after that? Because I stopped watching because I was
I
so
didn't really,
uncomfortable.
not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't also understand like why he would do that. You get paid for that, right? So he got paid money to do that?
I mean,
Is he hurting for cash? Tom
that's what I'm
Brady?
saying.
Like,
It's not public, but like maybe they paid his charity
okay.
or something. But I mean, if you're Tom Brady, like, I guess you are going through a divorce, so you're about to lose half your money, but still half is like you got all your football money, and then you also he has a $130 million broadcast deal with Fox.
Right. That hasn't even started yet.
Hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, he's good. And you have things in your past. Like you did recently get into fresh divorce. So that's just like what do they call like fresh meat, right?
Yeah.
Like when freshmen get to a college campus.
Plus,
fresh
your
meat.
friend Aaron Hernandez, a murderer who killed himself,
His
like
CTE jokes were like,
I think we're straight up talking about Aaron Hernandez.
yes. And wait, did you see Nikki? I think she did Stern, and she talked about some of the things that were edited, and she told a few CTE ones that were
that she didn't use.
that she didn't use. Oh, I thought that they were edited out.
No, because it's live.
Oh
Yeah, no editing.
But the other thing was, oh yeah, he has these things that are like great fodder. Like he left Bridget one day when like she was pregnant. Like
I heard about that from the roast.
But you didn't know that?
I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't care.
He left her to go with Giselle. I don't know. It's just I don't know who would sign up for that because I've told some crazy stories that I know like my kids will see or hear about one day. But like that's like
I mean, maybe the idea is that he wants to be humanized
they get that before Fox.
before Fox,
That's
so he can
only
go
the-
be a broadcaster, and like people will be like, "Oh yeah, but he's cool with That's why he let them talk about literally everything, because it's like now when we see him on Fox, it'll be like Alex Rodriguez was a hated athlete, A-Rod.
Loathed, yes.
But he came across very charming as a broadcaster.
He did.
So maybe this is Tom Brady's attempt to start that sort of like, I know, like, he's not hated as an athlete, but he's polarizing.
Yeah, he was somebody who was kind of like, oh, he's kind of a dick.
Some
Like,
people
kinda-
love him, some
yeah.
people hate him.
Yes, you're right. You're
So
right.
maybe the move for him is to be like, well, I want to broadcast for a long time. I don't want to be hated.
And then I'm sure Tom saw a bunch of his predecessors. I'm having a lot of trouble with words
Predecessors
today.
is
That's right.
that's a great
like
word.
Tony Romo, he did this before him. So Tony Romo, not that he was hated or loved, he just kind of was like a whatever. He dated Jessica Simpson, and now people adore him from doing the
Right.
commentating.
Or Peyton Manning.
Yes.
People, I
So-
mean, the Manning brothers can do no wrong.
and people don't love them Tom Brady unless they were
Not like Peyton.
right. So maybe you're right. That's actually a very good theory.
Yeah, that's the only theory I can come up with.
Yeah.
Because I was,
Why would you put yourself through that?
I was watching, thinking like, I would hate being there.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Hate it. And I feel like one of the
I mean, I don't even want to be at dinner getting wings. Can you imagine him to sit on stage and
Oh,
like
you
a
would be
bunch
like-
of? And by the way, these people are strangers too. It's like,
yes.
cool. It's comedian podcasters.
Well, you don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know anything. You don't live my life.
Right.
You know my peeps, my feelings, my past.
This comedian podcaster is telling me I lost my family. I'm the goat.
Yes.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Yes. And I thought it was like a cardinal rule that you don't ever stop. You can make a face. You can be like, oh God, but you don't ever walk up. Like, didn't you walk up to Jeffrey Ross when they said something about
Yeah, but I think that was
Robert
a
Kraft?
bit.
Oh, I don't know. Because he did not seem pleased.
Yeah, I
Don't
don't think
ever
that
say
that,
something like that again, he said.
he said, don't say that shit again. But he went right up to where Jeff Ross was
And you could hear-
next to a live mic.
Mike.
And he hesitated for a second before he did that. I thought he was just being like silly.
Maybe he's got a possible career in acting because I believed that.
Well,
Like,
I think
whoa,
you know why you believed
because
it.
I believe everything.
Because the headlines were like, look how mad Tom Brady is.
And I was like, no. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, when I watched that happen, I was like, oh, I guess that was whatever.
Yeah.
And then I saw like Variety was the first one that was like, Tom Brady is mad at Jeff Ross's joke.
Yeah.
And I go, I watched that. He wasn't.
And
It was
even
just part of the roast.
even if it was just like a joke, it was part of the bit. They'll never say, right? Because
Right. Well, they word it in such a way where it's like, he did say this.
yeah, he did.
He did.
He said the thing.
So
he did the thing.
I mean, but you know what it looks like when. Well, he said it.
I know.
He said it.
Yeah, and also Jeffrey. I feel like a normal Jeffrey Ross would be like, "The heck out of here," and he was like, "Okay." Like I feel like normally he'd be like, "Get out of my face."
I think comedians all over the world watched the Oscars a couple years ago, and we're like, it's a different world we're living in.
Okay.
Because an A-lister will slap you in the face, and I don't want to get slapped by
I
Tom
think
Brady.
just Will Smith. I don't think any A-lister. I think that's just a Will Smith move.
Well, if Will Smith can do it, all bets are off.
That's fair.
If I were to tell you, if you came here in a time machine from 5 years ago, and I said one A-lister slapped Chris Rock in the face,
You would guess Will?
I'm saying Will Smith would be the last on the list.
Oh, the last. Yeah, what a nice, likable guy.
Right.
I think if I was like a big actress, like an Oscar-winning actress.
You will be.
Oh, I love you. I don't want to be an actress, but I do want to be successful. But that's something
Rich.
Rich.
Yeah.
About success.
Yeah, what difference? What do you got, integrity?
No, but no, please. I feel like that's something that I could do accidentally. Not accidentally. Like I would let the emotion get
see
the best
red?
of me, and I would see red, and I would walk up there, and I would punch someone in the face.
You missed your timing because you are built to be a young adult former child star. You're forever in that troubled phase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where some of them like
I was Lindsay Lohan, I just wasn't famous.
That's right.
I was.
That's
if
right.
somebody followed me around in high school, mainly college, and especially in my early 20s,
That's right.
with a camera, like paparazzi, or people actually like I was someone to watch.
Yeah.
I'd be in jail, dead.
Yeah.
Hated. I would need to move to Dubai like she did because I would not be able to erase anything that I created.
Your accent would be going all over the place. Who knows what accent you're using now?
It does change.
It fluctuates.
It does.
It fluctuates quite a bit. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, and then because sometimes you see, like Drew Barrymore's a great example. Child star, had her wild phase, and then became like a good adult actress, and now just amazing, likable talk show host.
Who has a thing for Sam Roberts?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. She's so great.
She's so fabulous.
She's so fabulous, but I feel like forever in that middle phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuck.
Yeah. Because it's exciting.
It is. And Drew Barrymore did it right by becoming an addict by the age of 13 and getting the rehab out of the way.
Done.
We can
I still
haven't done it.
Right. Well, you don't have paparazzi holding you accountable. You just have me.
Yeah.
Just me.
I mean, it's almost.
It's close. It's close. I
Yeah,
do follow you around.
I
What are you
do.
doing right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're not doing bad stuff, are you?
No, but I feel like it does. After talking to you, I do take a look at things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's change that. Maybe let's try to be better.
Right.
You know?
Right. So I do feel like you would have a moment in a roast like that
Yeah.
where you'd be like, that's just not funny.
I also would never sign up for that. I don't care. Actually, no, because we've discussed this. Like, how much money would I need?
How much money would you need to
I
do
don't
the
know.
roast of Nicole Biggins?
How do we know? Because you said it's not public. Do we know how much, like a Bieber or anybody's ever been paid to do a roast?
I don't know, but I've got to believe it's 7 figures for
Yeah?
Brady. 100%.
I feel like I would need like many millions, not 1 million, to unload on me. I have more fodder than any human to go after.
But what if we did the roast of Nicole, and it wasn't like A-listers, but it was comedians?
Yes.
And people you know.
See, I just know the way I've felt by certain comedians, even being in the room with you before.
And you don't like it.
Florentine almost took me down.
And you did not like
And
it.
he didn't. He wasn't even really that. He was like making a few jokes. He wasn't even like coming at me that hard. And I was like, I'll kill you.
It is funny because I forget sometimes that I've just been in that room forever and like don't take anything personally, and it's all like laughy,
yeah, and then you
jokey.
call me in and you're like,
You're
have
not
at her.
but you're more normal.
Yeah.
Like I have seen that look on a lot of people's faces where I go, oh no, they're taking it personally. Don't start swinging back. This is gonna get bad. Don't start swinging. And because I'm like, oh, you're not gonna be able to keep up.
Yeah.
This is a professional. Like, you're getting emotional. Don't swing back.
You're right.
Do not swing back.
Do not play in that. Yeah, that's not a sandbox you want to play in.
No.
Do you think? I mean, I'm trying to think. I think I might have tried before, and then maybe run out under the guise that like I need to go back to my show or something.
I think you maybe tried before and they just kind of gave it to you.
Yeah.
Because everybody likes you.
Oh, that's so cute. Look at her.
And you're leaving.
Bless her heart.
Right. Bless her heart. Oh, you got us. All right, Nicole. Go back to doing the 411. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you're even like, well, everything's okay because you get to speak at the end and you get to roast everybody else. And it's like, yeah, but these are all professionals.
Yeah. And I'll never,
Plus, I don't know everything about these guys. Like, they told me I lost my family.
Yeah. And like, also, like, I don't think I'd have it in me, like the strength, mental, emotional, physical strength to get up and even attempt to make fun of other people after getting like eviscerated by all these comedians.
But you know who would participate in the roast of Nicole Biggins?
Who?
Your husband.
Yeah.
He would love it.
He would probably be the roast master.
He would. He would have the time of his life.
Destroy
and
me.
you'd be sitting there like on the verge, like about to be an emotional
Postal.
wreck. And you know what would be the thing that tipped you over the edge?
What?
His laughing drunk face.
Like
As they're like
close talk. He would come close talking to me.
Right. They're talking about what a horrible human being you are, and he's just like, he's right.
Yeah, she does do that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like probably worse, more violent. But you know, in Bridesmaids, when Kristen Wiig is at like the shower, the wedding shower, and she goes nuts and she rips the cake and she's throwing the chip. I feel like I could see myself doing that.
I thought you meant when she was shitting over the manhole or whoever that was.
That was not her shitting. That was her good
Melissa
buddy.
McCarthy?
No, Melissa was in the sink shitting her brains out. Maya Rudolph.
shat in the manhole.
She's the best, man.
Yeah, I thought that might be, but
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't
Good.
think getting like attacked by comedians would make me shit in a manhole.
I don't know. People have weird reactions.
You're right.
You know, the physical sometimes is like the mental causes the physical.
You're right.
Yeah. No, I would never. That was interestingly enough my takeaway as well.
Yeah.
I was like, I would never
do this. Subject myself to this.
Like, I would like to go someplace like that and be celebrated.
Yes.
Like, let's all get together and we're going to get a day is full of people.
Right.
And they're going to get up and be like, isn't it remarkable what Sam has accomplished?
Yeah.
I would love that.
What's the opposite of a roast? It would be called
a toast.
A toast. Yes, let's make the toast happen. And also, if your theory's correct, that did not humanize him.
No, it did not.
I do not
no,
feel like, you know what? I can't wait to watch it on Fox.
No, I'm still like, I don't care about him being on Fox. No, it didn't work at all. Wouldn't it be great if we did the toast of the Satisfying podcast and you and I sat there and we got everyone to come together?
Just talk about how awesome we were.
Just only compliments.
Let's raise a toast.
Yeah.
Sam and Nicole.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man.
It would just be the dynamic of going over and just like compliment. But, you know, in all seriousness, we really do love you.
Yeah. I love this idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Let's do it.
I would enjoy it.
I mean, we'd enjoy it. I just don't know if it would be as entertaining as. But I
we'll
was
put it on
writing-
pay-per-view.
There you go.
Yeah,
You gotta pay for that shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't entertained by that. I mean, I've enjoyed roasts before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, no, I'm good. It did not do anything for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also, maybe we live in such mean times now.
Yes.
Everybody's so mad all the time.
Right.
That maybe it's a little different. When the Comedy Central roasts were really popping.
Right, because no one was doing that. No one was writing horrible things like in their basement of their mom's.
Right.
You know.
By the way, nothing wrong with doing a bunch of internet stuff in your basement.
No, your mom's basement.
This is my basement, not my mom's.
No, this is not.
So it's okay.
And you don't sit there and write mean things to random people on the internet.
No, I say it right to your face.
Right to your face.
No,
Under
your face.
My face. Yeah. Under the profile photo of an egg.
That's right. You don't like him.
I don't like that.
No.
Don't be doing that to me.
No. Ben Affleck was insulting all the Twitter users.
Everyone says that he had surgery, that he just shaved his face. He didn't have a facelift.
His face was not moving.
It wasn't. So maybe, okay, do we think facelift or Botox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the above.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
mean,
everything was tight and nothing was moving.
Like my head move? That's because I had Botox. It might be moving a little, but it's been a few months since I got it.
Yeah, but there's still a natural.
Oh, he was like frozen. I got to go back.
Yeah. I was a little frozen.
And like, honestly,
And glossy. You know, I don't know how I don't know.
The gloss.
That happens in Hollywood sometimes. They maybe they do the peels. Is that a thing?
No, but also don't you get maybe someone, the hair and makeup people weren't there. You get mad when you go on TV all the time, week after week. He's so much more famous than me.
Yeah.
To do your wrestling stuff in
Yeah.
WWE that you hate when they go to do your makeup, but they're just trying to take away the gloss, the shine. Like
And they
they're
do.
powder.
Except they don't do that. They go like this and then up.
Right, up here,
Like
right.
there's a lot of real
Maybe
estate.
someone forgot. Maybe someone forgot to do poor
Ben Affleck?
Benny, baby.
You forget Ben Affleck?
I don't know how you do.
He's one of the Duncans.
He is. Benny Duncan.
Yeah. So if you don't like those
No.
roasts, how do you feel about the hip hop beefs? How do we feel about Kendrick and Drake?
First of all, I didn't know. Okay,
Because
so
you love Hollywood goss.
I love the goss. I love the 411.
I love that you don't know doxing, but you know goss.
Oh, I know goss.
Yeah, okay.
But it's funny because I know about most of the beefs. I feel like as they're on the come up.
Right.
And like we were sitting having lunch last week before we did Satisfying.
Yeah.
And you just all of a sudden, I was talking to you. You ignored me.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
Okay.
Started playing.
Right.
Kendrick's comeback, his first comeback.
First comeback.
And he was like, and you were playing, and I was like, what is this? And you were like, you looked at me like with disgust.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that they were even having a beef.
Oh.
And I still am not clear, and I don't even know if you're clear.
I'm super clear.
Where did it start?
Well, I mean, it goes back far.
Far.
Yeah, like there's.
I feel like everyone wants to like have beef with Drake because he is successful, so people want to like tear him down.
What
I
about-
think Kendrick's better, but that's my personal opinion.
Right. Right. Well, there are a lot of people that don't like Drake too.
Yeah, a lot.
Right. Right. And it becomes difficult to be public about that when somebody is at the height of their success sometimes because they have a lot of power.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, but there were always like little sort of jabs. Like Drake takes a lot of jabs, like under the surface jabs.
Yeah.
Like, is he saying what I think he's saying?
Yes.
Type of jabs, right?
Yeah.
And those were kind of always there. I don't know. And then he does this song with J. Cole.
Yeah.
Called First Person Shooter.
Who I feel like has just been like on the sidelines for.
Well, he did the smartest thing out of any of them, because J. Cole is talking like J. Cole and Drake on that track.
Yeah.
They talk about being two of the top 3 rappers, with the third being Kendrick. But J. Cole calls himself the greatest. And I guess Kendrick took umbrage with it, and J. Cole ended up putting out a Kendrick diss track on his album.
Why did you do that?
And then 3 days later, deleted the track from the digital copies, and at a hip hop festival, like he was a headliner at this,
Yeah.
concert festival, he apologized.
Wow. That doesn't ever happen.
He said, and I kind of, I like the.
Like that's bitch shit right there.
It is in the old days, but in the new days of being sort of more aware of where we're at mentally.
Oh, that
and,
hurt my feelings.
Yeah, and just being like a developed person. He goes, I thought that was the corniest stuff I'd ever done because I don't believe it. I don't feel it. I was just doing it to do it.
I actually think that's
I'm a
kinda
big
cool.
fan of Kendrick. I think he's great.
Did Kendrick accept that?
I don't believe any of the stuff I was saying. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, I didn't know that.
So then Drake put out a song, a Kendrick diss, and he was not apologizing for it. He called him a short guy.
I mean, that's facts.
And I think he might have put out 2. I don't remember if Drake put out 1 or 2.
I feel like I heard 2.
Right.
And the only hot take that I do know, and this could be complete BS because I'm in pop world, is that he dropped Taylor's name, some Taylor Swift references a few times.
Yes, he did.
Okay, which Kendrick loves him some Tay. He was on Bad Blood. And then Kendrick got Jack Antonoff to come help him produce a couple things. I don't know if that like gets back at him. Again, I could be completely wrong.
Like this was some of Drake's ammo. Yes. Right. Well, yeah. So then Kendrick's first response attacked Drake's credibility, saying like, you are a fake person. I hate you. I hate everything about you, is what he said on this.
Yeah, in Kendrick's song, that went like up and down. It kept changing.
Had like
and
3 different beats on it.
Yeah,
And
morphing.
different melodies, different
I like that.
ways of rapping and
Yes,
everything.
it was cool.
Yeah, and he was talking, and he made a list of the things that he hated, and then he, basically explained that he doesn't give Drake's ethnicity credibility.
Well, I think that's like that's the only low hanging fruit that I feel like people go after all the time.
Okay. So then Drake comes back with another song, and this is where the weekend begins.
Not the weekend, like the singer.
No, not the weekend.
Okay.
The weekend. Not the weekend. Not the weekend.
Yes. got it.
Yes. So then I think Kendrick puts out another song, and it's great. Drake puts out a song called, Kendrick puts out a song called Meet the Grahams,
Okay.
because Drake's name is Aubrey Graham.
Yes.
And this is where he's like,
I don't think I knew the Graham part. I only knew Aubrey. But
Aubrey
go
Graham.
ahead. Okay.
Yeah. And this is where he's going after the family. This is where he's kind of talking.
Very badass name. Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham, he's a child actor from Degrassi,
I
The Next
know.
Generation.
I know.
Great show. So he's going after Drake. He's going after family. He's talking about, underage allegations.
Yes.
He's doing all this stuff.
Oh, you said that so PC. I love that.
Then Drake comes back with a decent song of his own
Okay.
called Family Matters.
You didn't hate it.
No, it was a good song, but then, this was wild.
Is this what we heard in the car?
No.
Okay.
2 hours later. Like Drake held the title belt up for 2 hours.
Okay.
And then Kendrick jumped right back in. He was like, oh, here's another song.
Yeah. Do you think he had it in his back pocket?
Yeah.
He had recorded it and was saving it?
They call this one the West Coast song because he
Okay.
dropped it at like midnight, but that's 9 o'clock on the West
Right,
Coast.
right.
So he's like, I got one for you on the East Coast.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wait 3 or 4 hours.
That's cool.
And drop another one on the West Coast.
I like that.
And Drake, in between the two, dropped his, not realizing there's an East Coast and a West Coast song coming. But the West Coast song is You're Not Like Us. I think that's what it's called, right? That's the
You're not like us? You're asking the wrong girl. You're teaching me
Not Like Us.
the ways.
It is
So good.
so good. It's, to me, so far, the highlight of the whole thing. Like, it's one of these songs.
Of this beef.
Because it's one of these songs where I'm finding myself, one thing for a beef song, like you listen to it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like the
ooh.
lyrics.
But then it's another thing where you go back and you're like, I'm just listening to it because it's a good song.
Yeah.
This is the song I played for you in the car.
It's a really good song.
Like, I'm like,
I might want to hear it again when we get back in the car after
if
this.
I'm like picking a song of the summer right now,
Right.
Not Like Us is in it. And the whole song is about, like, he accuses Drake of being with minors.
Right.
It's not a great thing to be accused of.
Like I'm saying, hey, Shabuzi, a bar song. That's the song of the summer. And you're like, oh, hell no.
Right. So then Kendrick, I believe, woke up the next day and put out yet another song.
Why? Stop.
He
Now-
just kept.
He can't stop.
He kept putting out songs.
Do you believe if they end up in like the same room that they will actually physically fight?
No.
Because they will.
I don't think they'll fight.
It'll just be we're only going to attack each other via words.
Well, they're not
music.
fighters. They're
I don't
musicians.
know, but like back in the day, like
we
they
saw how that turned out.
yeah, they're both dead.
Yeah,
Doesn't,
not great.
Doesn't mean people like learned their lesson. People
Yeah, I
have
don't-
got like
I don't
Egos
think I don't
and-
think we're there.
Okay, just curious.
I think they're artists.
Okay.
Don't forget, Drake's a child actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham.
Yeah.
Jimmy Brooks from Degrassi.
Right.
I mean, great musician.
He was a sweetheart on the show too.
He was great.
Yeah.
You mean Degrassi?
Degrassi.
Yeah. so, yeah, and then Drake has come out with One Sense.
Okay.
But it's like,
You think it's gonna calm a little now? I think we're maybe. Where's Kendrick gonna be like, and another one?
Kendrick may just drop a whole album.
I know, but that's a waste of someone's time.
Is it?
I think
It's so good.
to dedicate a whole album, that's I feel like giving them too much. Like to dedicate a whole album to dissing you,
But sometimes, like, look,
that means I care that much about you.
it does. But if you had seen Oppenheimer,
Probably
you would
won't
know
ever see it.
that at a point, the United States had to go, listen, we got to build a nuclear bomb and we have to drop it. And then we have to build a second one and drop that one too.
Nagasaki,
Boom. You know your
Hiroshima.
history.
Well, I wrote a paper about Nagasaki. That's the only reason I know that.
It's probably very good.
It
You
was
have all
great.
the facts.
I
Yeah.
do. I know everything.
Yeah. But they go this way. Number one, we're the first to market. That's important.
Yep.
But number two, people know, do not mess with us.
Okay,
This is what we're capable of.
and that's what you
Like
think
if you push too far, do not mess with us. This is what we're capable of. They dropped the first bomb, and it was like, yeah, but who would do that again? We're going to drop another one
yeah,
now.
right in Nagasaki.
You can stop this war, or we will keep doing
Yes.
this. We're crazy.
Fuck around and find out.
Right. And they're like, yeah, but you'd have to lower yourself to our level. And they're like, this is what we would do.
Yeah,
We will go so low.
yeah.
And they were like, okay, we surrender.
That's why I'm good with this country. I like to low blow like that.
That, yes, you
Love
do.
a good low
You're
blow.
American at heart.
Oh, I am. It's who I am.
And so I do think that there is a world,
Where this continues.
because I think some of it was that, right?
yeah,
Kendrick just like dumping and dumping and dumping is like, because he doesn't really do that. He's
that's not his jam. No, it's not his thing.
He like takes a lot of time between songs.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. Drake puts out so much more music than Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick wants everything to be
You're
just right. He wants everything to be perfect.
Right.
But he's like, but if you mess with me,
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna bring the world down on you. So
Nagasaki style.
right. So he's already got at least like 4 Drake songs that he's put out.
Okay, right.
Right. So another 4, and you've got an album. 8 songs, you could call that an album, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Maybe put a skit on there or something.
Yeah,
You know?
good to go.
But I could see a world where he's like, if you say one more thing, I'm gonna drop this album.
Okay, so let's see.
And
You're right.
know, and once you drop that album, it's like
It's over.
I need you to know, if you don't stop, I'm not going to come back with another song. I'm going to drop another album.
So Kendrick will have the last word. You are sure of it? Like he's not going to allow any other ending to this story.
I don't think he'll allow any ending besides, well, Kendrick won that one. You don't have to have the last word.
Okay.
It's not a he who laughs last laughs loudest scenario.
That was deep.
You see?
Yeah.
It's ultimately, even if Drake has the last song, if the collective body is going, yeah, but
Right.
this
like a boxing
one
match.
was Kendrick.
You win
Like
some, you lose some.
If Drake puts out the last song, but Not Like Us becomes a huge song of the summer,
Right.
and it's already the most streamed hip hop song in a single day in the history of Spotify.
I hear you.
I mean, how do you say that doesn't win?
Right.
Right? Like nobody thinks about when Jay-Z and Nas were going back and forth. Nobody thinks about whether Nas is Ether or what's it called off the Blueprint, the Takeover.
Yes.
Nobody thinks about
Such a good album.
which one came first, Ether or Takeover.
Right.
You're just like, well, ultimately Jay-Z had this great career.
Right.
But when it came down to these two, Nas
won that one, yeah.
Yeah. And look, I'll listen to Takeover 7 days a week.
I know you will.
I don't listen to Ether that much.
Well, you like what you like, and like there are songs that you'll play that I'm like, are you still playing this? Like blasting this when you're driving down the road? And you're like, yes, I am.
You know what song I listened to this morning?
I'm assuming it's Kesha Praying.
Yeah, I did listen to that
You
song
do
this
love
morning.
What song?
Hook by Blues Traveler.
Really? The Hook. Oh, what a great song.
It's so good.
Brings
You listen to the
back.
lyrics of that song?
Isn't that the no? Is that the one where you can't understand a word he's saying? Or is that all of them?
The song is about songs not being about anything and everything's fake.
Okay.
It's great.
It's a great song. I know somebody who hooked up with him.
John Popper?
Yeah.
Nice. Who was it? Taylor? Strecker?
No.
Okay, you know Taylor Strecker.
Yeah, you're right. That could be
know.
part of her past. No, I can't say here, but I can tell you after.
Do I know them?
Sorry. You've met them. Yes. But we're going to stop there. Don't push me.
Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out
that
today.
was great.
What a satisfying.
I feel like we tackled a lot.
We did. We got through a lot of tension.
Yeah.
A lot of tension in the atmosphere.
Right.
We
pop cultured it up.
Yeah, we did. And do you feel lighter?
I feel a little lighter.
Okay.
I feel like I'm ready to take over the world today.
Let's go take over the world.
Let's do this.
You can help us by subscribing to the channel.
Please help us.
Hit like on the video. Watch all the podcasts. If you've missed any episodes of Satisfying so far, you can go back.
They're still there for you.
They're all there. They're staying up there.
Like an old friend.
Yes. And we hear you, by the way. We know that you wish there was an audio version of this podcast. We wish there was too. And it's something that we're actively pursuing.
It is.
Is that fair?
I think that's very fair.
That's fair. All right. So thank you, everybody.
Love you guys. Bye. I just made it a whole episode without my glasses, and it's only now starting to go a little blurry. I'm really impressed with myself.